President Erdogan, we are aware of the injustice caused by reciprocal increases. President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan continues his local election rallies, speaking in Kütahya. President Erdogan gave important messages regarding pensions, which have been a matter of debate for a long time, stating that they are making efforts to increase salaries. Erdogan reacted to the opposition's statements about a rolling increase of 7,000 or 10,000 lira by saying, "If we do not pay the salaries of more than half of the state employees, then maybe we can cover this additional expense." 32 days before the local elections on March 31st, election squares are busy. President and AK Party Chairman Recep Tayyip Erdoğan spoke at his party's Kütahya rally. President Erdogan's target was the opposition. Erdogan said on March 31st, "We and our nation will not leave the square to the dark plans of dirty alliances. We will unite around the vision of the Turkish century and continue on our way," he said, giving messages about the economy. Erdogan said, "As a state and a nation, we will work more, earn more income, and give our retirees the money they deserve from the resulting earnings." Highlights from President Erdogan's statements are as follows. As the People's Alliance, we entered the election with separate candidates for the work and service politics race in Kütahya. Elections come and go, but the love remains. This nation gave the best lesson to those who rely on terrorist organizations at the ballot box. Now, by walking together, are we ready to wake up those who are caught up in dreams of power in the government and municipalities from their dreams? We will not leave the square to dirty alliances. We follow the dirty alliances made in some of our cities. In some cases, lists are given late and candidate names change from morning to evening. Our nation sees the negotiations very well. On March 31st, we will not leave the square with our nation to the dark plans of dirty alliances. We will unite around the vision of the Turkish century and continue on our way. Ramadan is ahead of us, and we should make the most of every moment of these holy days. We must turn the holiday into a holiday of the national will. We have managed to move our country towards its goals. Nitrogen monoxide matter what challenges we faced US. Our country is going through a troubled process that has deepened with the regional and global crises that have continued since the Gezi events on July 15th. No matter what challenges we faced, we managed to move our country towards its goals. What you call economy is a business of accounts and books. In the meantime, we have paid and continue to pay serious prices while eliminating attacks on our national unity. We resisted the coup plotters at the cost of our lives. We fought with terrorists. We buried them in caves in Kuti, Tenderek, Gabar. They could not find a place for themselves in Turkey. We also struggled with the cost of living, even though we have increased pensions to levels incomparable with previous periods. Our hearts want our citizens to continue their lives in better conditions. What you call economics is a matter of calculations and books. If you cannot keep the balance between the state's income and expenses, it is inevitable that you will fall into political, social, and economic turmoil. Just like in the 1990s, if we do not pay their salaries to more than half of the state's employees, then maybe we can meet this additional expense. The minimum pension of 10,000 liras is of course not enough for a citizen who spends his life for himself and his family. How will we increase pensions to the level we desire? We strive for retirees. As a state and a nation, we will work more, earn more income, and give our retirees the money they deserve from the resulting earnings. Some people are provoking our retirees by saying let's add 7 to 10,000 liras to their pensions. We have 16 million retirees in our country. Adding 7,000 liras means adding 10,000 liras from the budget, which is approximately 1.4 trillion liras. and transferring 1.9 trillion liras of resources here. I am only describing the cost of the additional increase, expressed as 7,000 lira or 10,000 lira, if we do not pay the salaries of more than half of the military, police, healthcare professionals, and government employees. Then perhaps we can cover this additional expense. What we are talking about here is not the cost of our retirees' current salaries, but the amount of the additional increases requested. We are aware of the injustice caused by movemental increases among retirement payments. We are aware of the injustice caused by progressive increases in pensions. Those who don't carry an egg crate on their backs can rant as they please. Such a situation is never possible for us, where the nation has given the task of governing the country and the state. Don't pay attention to those who are renting from where they sit. We will start to see positive results from the end of the year. We are implementing a strong program to restore economic balances, especially the high cost of living. We will start to see positive results from the end of the year.